Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends, all across the globe today from sea to shining sea. My name is Leaf, and as always, it is so wonderful to have you guys here, especially for this episode, because I had to re-record it, yes, so I don't know what happened there. I do sincerely apologize about the audio. So I originally released this video and, my voiceover wasn't in it. And I know how much you guys absolutely love hearing my voice, how it's not irritating whatsoever. So of course I'm sitting down to re-record it with you guys, and we have a lot to take in today. So obviously, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail, we are working on the jaguar habitat. And I love this one so much. So of course we are doing the whole Inca trail. We are getting everything done with that. We're making everything look nice and pretty. And of course, I want to end off on a very, very high note. So of course, we are stopping over here with the lovely, lovely jaguar. Now, jaguar, very beautiful animal. I'm not sure how well they might be able to survive in a habitat like this in New England, but you know what? It's fine. It's all our own little zoo game. It's our own interpretation. So our jaguars are fine up here in the cold sometimes, you know how it goes, but obviously they do have some backstage holding, which I was way too lazy to actually do. But still, the habitat is where this really does shine. And plus, I'm building for the guests anyways. I'm not building for the backstage, man. I'm not building for the zookeepers. They work here. I pay them. They should be happy enough with that. But anyways, we're building this off of Machu Picchu. And yes, I know, very, very tried and true. Everyone did their Machu Picchu builds back in the day for South America. But no, I really wanted to finish off the Inca Trail with the Machu Picchu build. And I felt like that would be very, very important. So obviously the whole Inca Trail really does go to show the history of the Inca, the people of the Inca, just where they went, where they came from, what they did. And of course, the last note that we left off on was a bit of a sad one. We talked about the conquistadors and how the Inca are no longer with us as they once were. But moving on from that, the Incas still do hold their heritage in high respect. We still see people celebrate their culture, their heritage of being Inca, and this is the same for literally any other culture in the world that may have met a demise like this. Even in a lot more Central American countries Belize or even Mexico, we still see people with Nahuatl and Aztec heritage, even Mayan heritage, really do go back to their roots and celebrate who they are as a people. And we even see that even in a lot more westernized cultures too. We see that with Christianity, we see that with Italians and passing down traditions and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a very interesting way to see things. It's very nice to kind of just see culture get passed on through generation to generation, and I don't know, it's just really kind of beautiful in that regard. It's just you get to see the evolution of different lifestyles, livelihoods. You get to see the important parts that some people determine to be the most iconic parts of someone's culture, and passing it down to their future generations. It's why I don't know, I really don't know, but it's just very beautiful to see that. And I don't even know where I'm going with this. I feel like this is a huge leaf ramble. We should probably talk about the habitat itself. So, of course, this is an open-top jaguar habitat, something that you don't really see too often. I know that Chester Zoo is probably the best example of this over in England, I believe. And they have an open-top jaguar habitat, and it looks absolutely killer. So, obviously, you would probably want to cover up, the guest side with some netting, but of course in this little interpretation of a habitat we do have some hot wire right down below, and it kind of just keeps the jaguars from going down below. So if they ever do kind of hop down there, they'll know never to hop back down there again, because they'll get burned, they'll get singed or something like that. But of course, that is where we are in regards to that. Today, we are going through and doing, well, not today, right now, we are going through and doing this entire wall back here. And it's nothing crazy. I didn't want to do, a complete backstage modeling of, more in-depth, theming, because obviously it's backstage and you won't really see it from the guest view. But I don't know, I just think it came out pretty well. And of course, doing some amazing rock work. The safari pack has absolutely inspired me with all these rocks. It's so wonderful just to see this all come together. And originally the idea for this build was supposed to be like a pantanal, kind of like Amazon riverbed idea, which, you know, it was pretty good in the end. You kind of see that in like the last episode, I guess, but I didn't really like it. It just didn't feel like a proper ending to like this whole journey through like the history of the Inca and stuff. So really ending it on something that's kind of like Machu Picchu really does help to sell it. And you can see me really start to figure out how to hide these corners. That's probably like my biggest downfall over here, but I do use the like broken temple pieces to really sell it, make it look pretty nice in the end. And I don't know, I'm just really happy with how well it came out. And of course, throwing some enrichment all around so the Jaguars will actually move from A to B. And copying some more climbing structures, because Jaguars do love to climb. They're probably not the most arboreal big cat out there, but they do spend a lot of their time kind of climbing. They have a lot of prey in the trees that they usually chase down, so being able to incorporate that is really important. And I do opt for a normal Jaguar and also a black Jaguar. I feel like that was a pretty good idea in the end. I don't know, I just really do like that. But of course, making the entire habitat so we could actually send them in. For some reason they don't want to go in because we don't actually connect the habitat together, but eventually we actually do get it to work. Eventually, yeah, here we go, they're actually being able to get plop down in there right now. So yes, also using stoppable sans, amazing carnivore netting. It looks absolutely stellar. I'm loving it. It is so useful for, I don't know, just like these nice big cat builds, and it really does help to sell the vibe of a zoo. So, you know, I'm not really the most realism focused builder out there, but I do like a little taste of it. I mean, we do a little bit of realism in here, and just having that little bit over there, just the netting back there, really does help to sell it, I guess. And it really does help it feel like, yeah, this is a zoo, okay? I'm in a themed part of the zoo. It looks beautiful. I guess that all makes sense, right? I hope I make sense, guys. But of course, doing a little bit more of a plaster down there just so it feels a lot more artificial, because right now it just seems way too natural. And for a zoo, like, of course natural is nice. You want to make your guests feel like they're being transported to a different world, but also leveling that out with a little bit more realism, it's all good. It all evens out in the end. And of course you can see these I really wanted to continue these viewing structures from the main wolf and giant anteater habitat. I felt like they were beautiful enough to kind of just plop back in there. I felt like, you know, it's justifiable. They seem nice. They work. So of course, bringing those back into the game, back right into the trail, really does help to sell it out. And of course, here I am doing a little bit more work on the underwater viewing. Oh my god, can we talk about Jaguars diving? Who the hell is excited for that? Because I sure am. I can't wait to see these guys actually dive in here. I hope they're able to have a little bit, like, more lenient diving frames. I hope we're actually able to manipulate it, because that'll be absolutely amazing. But of course, doing the flooring down here, making sure it looks all nice and artificial. I did forget to put down vents down there in case if keepers need to drain the water. So that is something that I should probably do, like, you know, next time I log in here. But as you guys probably know, we do have the tour coming on Sunday. In lieu of no mod showcase, we have the biggest tour of Foxborough Zoo so far. We get to see Zoo's parking lot. We get to see the entire Inca Trail, plus a couple new additions, I think, maybe, who knows? And we're doing that with my buddy Crocs. So if you guys know Crocs, he's doing the Auborg Zoo recreation. He's doing an absolutely splendid job at it. So good he had to do it twice because the first file corrupted. Yeah, but anyways, here I am doing a little bit more path work, making sure that this is a lot more acceptable, because as it stands right there, it was way too rocky, and it was just kind of gross, and I didn't want that, because this is supposed to be like a nice, enjoyable exhibit. And you can see me start to play around with some filters over there, get some like idea of what's supposed to be happening over here. And yeah, just making sure everything lines up, making sure it looks all nice and beautiful. I'm loving this all so much. I'm so happy right now. But I wanted to have this big sign right here that kind of like tells you, I guess, who the Inca are now, and like where they have all went, kind of like after the fact that, you know, the conquistadors came into Peru and all the sort of like Chilean nations and stuff like that on the west coast of South America, and just like, you know, where they went and, you know, what they're up to today. So I feel like that'd be a wonderful, like, high note to end it on. but of course doing another little planter over here, kind of in the same lieu of fashion as the one at the entrance. And of course laying down some mulch as well, just making sure it's nice and beautiful, just nice, clean, and beautiful. Unlike the, I keep on wanting to say hog exhibit right next to there, but no, the peccary exhibit right next to there. And I feel like the peccary is a nice little side animal to keep right there. There's the ice cream truck from the Outback Pack. Keep your eyes peeled for that as well. And just doing a lot more rock work over here to make this feel a lot more natural. I'm so happy with how that little area came out in the end. We'll actually get there when we get there. We're a little bit of ways away soon, but just trying to get this all to look nice, just trying out some ideas. I wanted to get some shading over there, and also changing the filters to make it a lot more colorful. I love building in this filter now. It just feels so much more brighter, it feels so much more inviting, and, you know, I'm just pretty happy with how well it came out. And Nick had the wonderful idea of including these tapestries throughout the entire zoo, just to really help sell the color of South America, because as you can see right here, it is pretty gray and green, and that's something that I really wanted to change a little bit, but I just wasn't sure how. But Nick gave us some wonderful ideas over there, so big shout out to him. I hope you guys understand that he is okay. He's just taking a little bit of time away just to address any fears that may arise with that. But here's a nice little map sign right there. I believe that one was by Ricey, just as ways to kind of like centralize the entire build, you know, because this is kind of a confusing layout, and just having a little bit of a map there really does help it in the end. But you can see me really start to, you know, get prepared for when Crocs is in here. I do save the roof for Graces of the Rainforest, that's what we actually call it now, for later. So that's something that I'm going to be doing later down the line, just as ways to, you know, divide our time evenly, just to really get more stuff done in here than, you know, we really expected. So that's going to be really good to have over there. And of course we are doing the rock work in here, the rock work, yes, the absolutely beautiful rock work of the Jaguar habitat. I love it so much. It was so fun to put together. I do regret making this grass a little bit more brown than anything. I know it's a lot more realistic, but I wish, another Outback Pack sneak peek right there, but I really do wish that I was kind of able to make this a lot more green, because it looks so much better when it's all green. We could just imply that the Jaguars take really good care of their own habitat, even though, you know, there's probably going to be like realistic pacing lines and stuff down the line, but, you know, we'll get there when we actually do get there. For the time being, they really do enjoy this habitat, so you know what, it's all fine by me. And of course, doing a little bit of a shelter over here. I wanted to base this off of the kind of houses that you see in Machu Picchu, just something a little bit different. They do have like these slatted windows, I guess you could say, and I really wanted to copy that kind of style over there, so I do include those a little bit, and I do that, and I just keep it simple for the rest. I keep it open on the backside so the Jaguars are able to hide in there if they are feeling a little bit stressed. And yeah, and just, you know, just keeping this nice and happy, nice and beautiful. I'm really loving this so much, and you guys will absolutely love the tour of this, because this entire section is so beautiful in the end. But you know what, in the meantime, I think I'm just going to leave this right here, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is like the first time I'm doing this, so yep, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the speed build. I hope you guys enjoy, jam out to the music, check out the rest of the build. I really do appreciate you guys stopping in. If you guys are new here, definitely stop by, drop a like, and maybe even drop a subscribe if you can. We are so close to 4,000. That'll be such a nice little surprise to have, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. I do appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye now.